At 17, John Manison is a high school student, band member, and Boy Scout, but any similarities to others his age ends there. The onset of a serious medical condition changed the way he had to do many of the things he does, but never stopped him from doing them.
Amongst the instruments in this jazz band class at Northeast High School, a wheelchair. It's become a sort of symbol of the obstacles John Manison faced since October of 2009.
I was in a lot of pain, and we ended up going to Pittsburgh and Cleveland, and they just kept sending me home saying it was a virus.
Stomach aches kept the high school senior from those classes he loved so much. But soon the pains became worse and traveled down to his legs.
My legs started going weaker and weaker and weaker, and finally I was holding on to Mom. Couldn't use my legs at all. They felt like they had fallen asleep. And I had broken into a cold sweat, and Dad came up and drove me to the hospital where they flew me to Cleveland.
The doctors gave John and his family the diagnosis, transverse myelitis, a neurological disorder caused by inflammation of the spinal cord. Though the condition forced John into a wheelchair, his zest for life is as strong as ever.
So you're still doing it all?
I'm still doing it all, and I'm doing actually probably more.
From keeping up his firewood business he started back when he was just 11 years old, to driving around town using a modified SUV.
And I rock it back for gas, or I push it forward for brake.
John doesn't let the minor bumps in the road of life get to him.
In the grand scheme of things, it hasn't changed my life at all. I don't really let it bother me. For the most part, I'm doing the same stuff I was doing before. I used to ski, now I have a monoski that I ski in. I used to bike, and now I have a hand cycle that I ride with.
And despite an hour and a half of exhausting physical therapy each and every day, John finds the energy to give back. His Eagle Scout project had him repaint and practically rebuild the baseball field where he used to run the bases as a kid. But no matter what he achieves, John is quick to give thanks to those around him. Friends, and especially family, are literally behind him every step of the way.
The people he has lifted up with him, and websites that were formed, and John Will Walk Again website, and the people that post to it, and watching the people as he rides 50 miles in a hand cycle for charity and what it does to people around him is pretty impressive.
Also impressive, John's resolve to one day walk again. Just this past summer, John stood from his wheelchair and walked with the help of crutches for the first time. And he hopes to keep on moving.
My ultimate long-term goal is graduation is June 7th, and I would like to walk across the stage unassisted at graduation, with no canes, no crutches, no anything. Even though it's just a short distance, that's something that I want probably more than anything, is just to be able to do that.
John doesn't let anything hold him back, and he shows gratitude for all the things he can do. He demonstrates great wisdom and perseverance at a young age, and that gives him the SSJ spirit of courage.